Hey guys, it's Kiera, and in the previous lessons we were talking about filtering clients. How can we get all these clients that are interested in us and only get the ones that are actually willing to provide us with the information and are willing to work under our terms and creative process. And that was a really important step because we were able to provide a creative process or just ask the right questions to limit the amount of clients that we're willing to work with. And that's a great start. But there's actually more that we can do to even boost those conversion rates even higher, to get the people who are interested in purchasing work, those leads, and generate as many as possible. And if we start actually developing the contact form in almost the sense of a UX designer or a marketer, then we can actually see a very noticeable difference in how our customers actually reach us. So let's take a step back and look at this from a broader view. What is the point of a contact form? Well, it's for customers to get in touch, right? But there are many avenues in where we can actually do this the right way and the wrong way. If a customer wants to get in touch, he's only willing to provide so much information and so much of his time or energy to actually get in touch with us. And if he wants to get in touch with us, he wants to, get across his ideas, his point, and get an answer from you as fast as possible. So it's almost looking at it from a linear perspective. You want to guide them through the questions, and you want to make sure that they get to the end of the list as fast as possible, as not to waste their time. So you're taking someone's curiosity and you're turning into it an email. And in even a broader sense, you're even selling them yourself, because you're not selling t-shirts where you're actually converting a customer when they're going to the checkout. In your case as a designer, this is the checkout, because they've seen your work or they've seen the product that you can offer, which is in your case studies. And then you're actually converting them to a customer through this contact form, because they're giving up their time to fill up the information, and it's one of the very last steps the customer can do before they actually receive your product, which is your services. And it's not like a t-shirt business, show that they purchase a shirt and you can ship it off to them. This is a bit more complicated because it involves much more conversation and many more steps. But if you can limit these steps to as minimum as possible, then you're making the experience much more enjoyable and faster. So that's the goal of a contact page. You're turning curiosity into an email. And almost like a landing page would be for a website like Google or Amazon or any type of service that just pops up as a web page when you click their advertisement or when you first really stumble upon their service, their landing page has almost the same type of goal. Take your curiosity and turn you into a customer. And there's a lot of science behind this because the user is usually looking for a specific set of things, and you also have a limited attention span to work with. And you're often dealing with a very catchy headline to interest the user as fast as possible, have a subtitle which shows how your product or trial or service can actually benefit the user. You're going to guide them through a few steps on how you can actually provide them that value, or the features or the different type of actual testimonials that the website has. And then you're going to lead all that curiosity into one call to action, which is usually start with a free trial or purchase the product or become an email subscriber on our list, because they are guiding you as a user to this end goal. They've caught your curiosity, they've convinced you that their product is worth your time, and then they're just going to sign you up to whatever service that they want to continue with on. And even if it's in like an email list, then they're going to follow up with emails on how they can help you, a free trial, you can get started right away, or even purchasing their product right away, which is what some landing pages do. If you're going to be paying in advertising and someone's going to click this advertisement, whether it be banner or a shout out, you want a user who's already kind of interested in the product to become extremely interested in the product in this limited time span that they have. 30 seconds, 10 seconds, 7 seconds, or whatever it may be. And there's a lot of similarities between this contact form and a landing page. And a lot of people don't actually realize this. A lot of people just assume that a contact page should just be done by the user. So if someone wants to contact me, it's their job and not my job. And you'll often see this when their contact page is just, a subject field, a body field, and send message. That's it. There's no guidance, there's no headline, there's no social proof that this is gonna, make your brand better by, asking the right questions, as we did in the filtering questions part, filtering clients section. And you're just gonna miss that entire almost segment. That's one of the most important parts in converting someone. Even worse is when it's just a little email icon on the very bottom right of the website that just opens up your default email application. Half the time, people don't even use an email application. Like on a Mac, it's going to open up the mail application. But personally, I don't know anyone who uses that even. So I have to open it up, copy the email, go to Gmail, paste in that email address, and then start asking the questions from there. And that's not exactly a great user experience. It's kind of frustrating having to chase down someone's email and then asking questions and then having them answer them with even more questions, and then I have to answer them. And all in all, it just becomes a very confusing process. But you'd never actually see that in a landing page site. In a landing page site, I would be guided through every step of the way, my email, why I'm interested in actually purchasing their product, and then I'll actually send them the email, and I'll get a follow-up or even dedicated page that confirms that I sent the email, and then I'm not wasting my time chasing down an email address that might not even belong to them. You really see the difference there. So actually, let's just go on a few landing pages and see how they do it and how we can apply that to a contact page. So let's start with Wistia. It's one of the video hosting services I use. And right away, even though it doesn't show you what exactly their product is, it's kind of already confirming that you're only going to see this web page if you typed in video hosting free or video hosting for businesses on Google, and this is one of the pages that would pop up. So we have the headline, sign up for a free Wistia account. It already shows how that service can benefit me, and it's enticing me to finish almost becoming a customer. I can fill in my first name, last name, how I found out about Wistia, and I can create an account. As easy as that. It takes my curiosity and it turns me into a lead because I'm already starting a free account with Wistia. It's exactly what they want. They want you to finish that form so they can follow up on your curiosity, which is what a contact page should be again. Now let's look at Shopify. Now, this isn't the Shopify homepage. This is actually a PPC page. So this is a page that would open up if you click on one of their advertisements. And let's just dissect this once again. We have the Shopify logo, which is normal. It entices me again with a headline, create your store with Shopify, trusted by over 120,000 businesses worldwide. So it's enticing me, it's grabbing my curiosity, and then it's giving me social proof that this works, right? It's almost defending itself that this is a trusted service. And then it's listing down all of its features that it can provide me as a user. Again, it has a video if you're interested, and again, even more social proof of massive companies that use this service. So it's taking my curiosity, showing me that this is a valid product, and it wants me to start a free 14-day trial. Taking my curiosity and turning it into a customer. And just look how simple and easily guided this is. It's very linear. There's a top to bottom. There's a catchy headline. It shows all the features that it provides. And the actual process to become a customer is 3 boxes. That's it. It's an email address, password, and store name. It's not asking me for 100 questions of where I live, what my postal address is, and my mother's maiden name. It's avoiding all of that because it's really focused on conversions. It wants to get as many conversions as possible because 2% of those conversions will be customers, lifelong customers. So we can also go to Basecamp. Basecamp does almost the exact same thing, and it's even more linearized, which is a great thing because it starts off with a headline and then moves straight towards the actual information they want you to fill out. And even that little doodle is pointing towards that checkbox. So everything's again being directed on that side of the page. And we can again apply that to our own contact form where we shouldn't actually be distracting the user, right? If we took a lesson from this page, we shouldn't be distracting the user with more links or more hyperlinks that could lead them away from the contact page. And again, it all leads to the actual call to action. Start my free 14-day trial. Or in your case, send the message. And we also have Amazon in a way. And this is an interesting case study because on Amazon's product pages, you'll see a lot of copy. And what that means is just a lot of text. And in this case, because they're selling you a product and you're actually investing your own hard-earned money into this product, they're giving you a lot of text to work with, a lot of information to work with, because they want to ease your anxiety. They want to show you that there's a lot of facts behind this product, there's lots of research done, there's lots of images, you can look at prices, when this item will be shipped, when you'll receive this item, and all of this is supposed to ease anxiety. Because you can imagine that compared to this, having a page that just says Paragon, PlayStation 4, buy now, looks a bit sketchy, almost like there isn't enough information provided about it. and because there isn't enough information provided about it, I'm less likely to trust it. And we can again apply this information to our own contact form. If we're going to be asking questions where the user is going to anticipate a large price tag for our services, shouldn't we ask very detailed questions to show that we're curious and that we are a professional in what we do? Having a contact form that just says, hey, your email, what do you want to buy? And then, send message. That's not going to get you a lot of lead conversions because no one's going to trust you with their money or trust you with their own time to send you a message. So we can learn from this Amazon product page once again. And you can do this for almost any good PPC page. They all have this good character or trait to them that shows how they're converting their curiosity customers to actual customers, which is exactly what your contact form should be. Except you're not selling a t-shirt, so you don't need to show, when your contact or when your email is going to be delivered, but just enough information to go from step 1 to step send message, right? So even with a headline, don't just say contact me and just redirect them to who knows what email client. Maybe even have that goal already very clearly set on the contact page so that the user can choose, I want to talk about creating a successful visual identity, and then change the headline to be creating a successful visual identity contact page, right? You're setting the goal, the user's filling out all the information necessary to become part or to complete the goal, and then a singular call to action, something that the user can press that will complete the goal. And he's not being redirected back to your portfolio in case you have second doubts, right? It's very linearized. So some basic things that you can do just to make sure that you're following along these steps. Again, you can have that headline, be very linearized, but a very great thing that you can also do is have very dynamic forms. So if the user isn't looking to purchase a product but has a question about one of your logo pieces, then you should change the form automatically, almost have it dynamically change so it's not wasting the user's time with information that he doesn't want to see. With a Shopify example, they already know that they want to start a store. They're just going to reinforce that they're a store and they're just going to try to convert you. They're not going to try to throw in extra buzzwords or extra features that they know you won't need until you actually start using their service, right? So make sure your form is dynamic and asking the right questions. And it's also addressing the user's concerns. And again, just to reinforce my statement, there is the Apple support page versus the Amazon page. The Amazon page had very long copyright. There's a lot of text. It's trying to reinforce the idea that it's a trusted service and that you should purchase from them, and that they have a lot of information to back it up with. Versus an Apple support page will just be visual icons because they know you have this sense of urgency. You're rushing. You have a problem with your Apple product and they won't hassle you for information like where do you live or what's your full name or what do you think of Apple today at all. They won't bother you with that because you're in a sense of urgency. They'll try to get you from step 1 to step 10 as fast as possible. Usually just a product code and a few visual icons so you're not even reading into what type of problem you may be having. And then also make sure that you do have this visual reconfirmation because if someone's spending their time filling out your form, you want to kind of end it on a good note as well. It's not enough just for the user to press send message. It turn a slightly different color and you calling that the end. Try to redirect them to a page that thanks them for their time, thanks them for sending the message, and that you'll follow up within 24 hours or 2 business days, right? Because you're trying to agree with the user that, yes, you spent a lot of time filling out my form. Thank you, I will get back to you, and I did receive your message, so thanks. So learn from these landing pages, apply these principles to your own contact form, and you'll see that you're going to gross many more lead generations and many more customers because you'll be dynamically changing the form to their needs, setting goals, setting expectations, and really addressing the user's concerns as a whole. So I'll see you in the next lesson.